am the president of the Tessitura Network. So I was asked to, unprecedented, I was asked to talk about my company. And I'm happy to tell a story about my company, and it's a story that starts with one cultural organization, and then 7, and then 605. So the one cultural organization is the Metropolitan Opera in New York City. Once upon a time, many years ago, the Met was known, as they are today, for the artistry on their stages, but they were also known as being a little bit subpar when it came to customer service. And there is a story that I heard once that at one point a multi-million-dollar donor there was called up to give a $50 first-time gift. Shortly thereafter, the administration decided to embark on a customer service initiative to clean that up. And one of the things that they learned almost immediately was that their biggest problem was a problem of customer data. They had data in 7 or 8 different systems around their organization that didn't really talk to each other. And it was inefficient, and it was a bad customer experience. So they went out into the market to find a single unified solution that could provide all of their customer information in one place, and they couldn't find it. So they hired a development team to build it for them. And ultimately, they ended up with a system that connected all of their ticketing and fundraising and marketing and membership in a single unified system. And so their customer data was unified, their internal transactions were very, very seamless, and their business was transformed. That is the story of one organization. Shortly thereafter, word got out in the US that this system existed, and many organizations came knocking on their door from the cultural world. And 7 of them ultimately came together and said, we would like to have a part of this. And they created what became the company that I work for, the Tessitura Network. Now, these 7 had been world weary by the vendors in that particular market at the time that were sometimes more interested in sports than in culture, or more interested in shareholders than in their customers. And so they decided to do something unusual and make this a member-owned nonprofit to shield them from the issues that they had had in the past. And they found this new business model to be refreshing, and they found the technology to be transformative. And that is the story of the 7 organizations. Now, that was 16 years ago. And 10 years ago, the board of my company, the board, incidentally, which is made up of executives from member organizations in our world, made the strategic decision to be just as pervasive in the museum world as we have been in the performing arts world. And 10 years ago, we went live with our first museum, and now we have more than 90, and growing all the time, including many of the organizations here today. And worldwide, we now have 605 cultural organizations using Tessitura in 10 different countries, allowing each of those organizations to unify their customer information so that they can go beyond the walls of their organizations and communicate effectively with all of their customers. And we are very proud of the fact that we have a 99% retention rate in our 16-year history. Now, the Tessitura Network mission is founded on 3 principles: technology, community, and services. Our technology is continually innovated. In fact, our mission includes the words, provide continually innovative technology, and it is state-of-the-art today. We live by that. Our community is legendary. We have, because we are a member-owned nonprofit, our organizations communicate all the time with each other, learning best practices from one another and helping each other succeed. Whether it is through our online forums, whether it is through our regional user groups, of which we have about 100 a year around the world, or whether it's through our famous Tessitura Learning and Community Conference, our global conference that welcomes about close to 2,000 delegates each summer. And finally, services. We are 200 plus in our company, and we're all over the world. And whether it's 24/7 support or our team of consultants who provide excellent services to all of our cultural organizations, we're very proud to serve this market. Now, we decided that rather than doing a demo today, that we would actually provide a workshop as well. And our workshop is, if you go out, take a right and take another right, starting at noon, my colleague Amalia will be giving a workshop on visitor engagement strategy. You see, what we have learned is we work with all of these cultural organizations, both museums and not, that we have learned some incredible best practices from our organizations that we have coalesced and synthesized into a strategy that I guarantee you will learn something new and hopefully learn something about yourself as well. So I hope that you join us at noon for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.